Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR, and here's a brand new Halacha for you, and it's for Thursday, the 8th day of July. Here we go. Well, actually, I thought today what we should do is, before Tisha B'Av arrives, starting, Tisha B'Av is about, a little under 2 weeks away, we should just stop to ponder what it is that happened on that great sad fast day that we will be discussing so much. So here goes. First of all, you know when the Jewish people sent spies to spy out the land of Israel, they came back after 40 days, and they said some lashon hara, some bad stuff about the land, and they said it couldn't be conquered, etc., which was a terrible mistake. And on that night they cried, and God decreed that they would spend 40 years in the desert. That night was Tisha B'Av, as the first of the great sad things that happened on that day. And actually God decided and announced on that day that you'll see Tisha B'Av is going to be your national day of mourning. Then the next two biggies, of course, are that the first temple was destroyed and the second temple was destroyed, both of them on the 9th of Av. So that's numbers 1, 2, and 3. Then after the destruction, years later, there was still some resistance amongst the Jewish people, and the Romans were still after them, and they were in the city of Beitar. And a terrible, terrible massacre happened in the city of Beitar also on the 9th of Av. And last one on this great list is going to sound a little bit out of place, and that was there was an evil man called Turnus Rufus, and he plowed over the site of the destruction of the two temples, trying to make it be forgotten. It feels weird that that one was on the list, because that's just a plowing over the site. It wasn't like a Holocaust of an event like so many of the others were. But a lot of people say that the reason it made it onto the list was because after all these tragic things happened, if the memory of them were to be, God forbid, lost, and it was in grave danger of that when Turnus Rufus plowed over that site, then imagine if our Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, and on top of that tragedy was the fact that no one even remembered about it. So that merited to be way up there with the biggies. And so it is the number 5 tragedy that we mourn on the day of Tisha B'Av. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.